the top of the Empire State Building.
New York. It's our Z100 Artist Interview Lounge presented by Celsius Energy Drinks. I'm Crystal Rosas. You've seen this global pop icon, actress, entrepreneur, captivated audiences with her record-breaking music, a powerhouse performances with over 400 million followers. She's one of the most influential celebrities in the world. Her music career boasts over 60 billion streams worldwide, multiple RIAA Platinum certified singles, chart-topping albums, Grammy nominations, Billboard Music Awards, iHeartRadio Music Awards, MTV Video Music Awards, Golden Globe nominations, over 120 industry accolades.
This is so awkward.
Her brand Rare Beauty is revolutionizing makeup and the industry. A proud Latina who continues to put her gente on. Selena Gomez.
Hi, that was the sweetest, but also like very uncomfortable for me because I am not used. Like I get weird with compliments. I just don't know why. But and also to have someone read it out, you're kind of like, this is so crazy. No, but I'm very proud of everything. So
a humble queen. We stand. No, we are so excited to have you in. I mean, the team was so geeked that you were coming, and I tell everyone over and over, if I can always pick the number one artist or anyone that I've worked with, I always say Selena Gomez lights up the room.
No, thank you.
But
That's
it's so
really
true.
Sweet.
Well, how are you feeling right now? We got to catch up a little bit, but so much going on.
I mean, it's odd because it's very overwhelming shooting a TV series and promoting an album at the same time. So it has been a little tricky, but I find myself constantly feeling at peace over everything in my life, and that's so special to me because then I don't know, then everything comes into fruition and you just want to make everything the best it can be. And I feel really peaceful and happy right now.
We feel that from you. We feel it when you're chatting with us or when we see your recent interviews, when we see the music you've been putting out recently. Yeah. What do you attribute to that peace? Because we've seen your growth so much and we've seen the highs and the lows. But for you to say that you're at peace right now, like, how are you getting here?
I think in general, it takes time for someone to... I mean, we're constantly growing up, but I feel like it's so important for us to feel complete and who we are. Mm-hmm. I think when I was younger, I could have been so focused on, I feel like I want a boyfriend. I wrote a song called I Want a Boyfriend. And I think the moment I stopped looking and the moment I just started working on myself and dealing with my mental health issues, it was all just me learning and being prepared for... I was being prepared for 5 years for Benny, and I feel very lucky. It was the perfect timing.
I think that too. Same for me. I feel like when I stopped caring about getting someone to like me and just liking myself, that's when all the perfect things started happening over and over again.
That's true.
And then we see it now with your guys' new joint album. That's a huge leap of faith to do an album like that with someone you love.
Definitely. Because, they always say, don't work with your partner because it could get crazy. But he's just so wonderful at communicating and of course, very talented that it's unbelievable. So when he came to me with the idea of making an album, I said, well, yeah, let's try it out. We got along really well. He understood the music and understood what I felt, and it kind of just happened naturally. So I got very lucky. I feel like we did a good job. There's only a few times where I was like, okay, can you leave the room so I can work?
Wait, so what would make that happen? Like
he'd come up to say one note, and then next thing you know, he's telling us what he wants to make for dinner and like how he's gonna do it, and I'm like, I have 3 months to record this album, and that is the fastest album either one of us have done.
Like, love the food, love the thought, but babe, we got something to do
I
here.
know. Like, save me a plate, and then I'll come down.
So when you were going through this journey, what was probably the song that took the longest to get done? That you just were like, I need this perfect.
I think it was Ojos Tristes because obviously we wanted to make it an amazing, tribute. We were listening to the original and he gave it a try, did the track. It was just beautiful. And then we put the Marias on with us and it was, I don't know, magic. Yeah.
And you're getting so much love for reviving that record for us because a lot of us grew up listening to it. Now you guys put your own spin on it.
I see the sweetest videos of like abuelitas and, their moms and they're cooking dinner and they're so happy listening to it. It actually brings me so much joy.
And then making your and our cultura such a focal point. I mean, you have amazing Latino artists on this record and you constantly put on for our gente. Why is that important for you to do?
I think because it almost felt silly if I didn't. I think when I released my Spanish record, it was because I wanted to do it. I wanted music that felt that feeling you get. I don't know, Latin music and artists just have this thing where you can feel the music and you can't help but move, and we're so passionate. So I still embarrassingly listen to my old albums sometimes because I loved the songs. They were so fun. So it's safe to say I would definitely be open to doing another album. But I just think in general on every album I do, I should at least have one song.
Yeah. And you also talk about how you guys worked on this album in your guys' own house together.
Yeah.
And you were, waking up and then working a little bit and then able to take naps or eat. So that is different than what we usually do.
It is. You obviously go into a studio and there's other people there and it's more professional, even though I'll come in my PJs. But it's a little bit more, I don't know, you're just not as cozy. And sometimes it's a good thing. Mm-hmm. But then other times at home, I'd be like, well, now I'm too tired and I want to just go cuddle and hang out. So, no, but it was actually really nice. He was able to do his thing and I'd come in when I needed to do mine. Then we'd do it together. And then it was like, another day.
So you're an advocate for work from home. I mean, a lot of people now are being forced into the...
Totally. I mean, yes and no. Look, I'm also an actress, so I genuinely love being on sets. It's like my life.
Mm-hmm. And then also on the album, we have Gracie Abrams, Charlie XCX, that record.
I know.
Oh my God, it's blowing up. That's becoming one of the favorites.
She's incredible. She wrote Same Old Love. And I've always been a huge fan, and I just think she's unbelievably talented, and I'm so glad that she's having this moment and created a whole new type of genre with Brad, and I think it's a testament to how hard she's worked because she's been around, and now she deserves all the success.
Yes. And you mentioned that you've been filming season 5 of Only Murders. Yeah, congratulations.
Thank you.
New York City is like your second home and has been for a long time.
It has been now for 5 years. I do spend like 5 months, so safe to say almost half my year here, and I love it.
What are some of your favorite parts of being a New Yorker?
I think people just don't give a shit the way that they do in LA, if that makes sense. It's so nice. Everyone is doing their own thing. Maybe someone kind will come up and just say a nice thing to me and then just be like, oh, that was cool, and then move on. It just seems a bit, I just think it feels real.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you and Benny have shared that one of your favorite dates have been putting on disguises and going on to Santa Monica. Yeah. Do you still do that sometimes around here, or can you be yourself? How does that work around here?
No, when I'm here, I can totally be myself.
Yeah.
It's so nice. I could sit 2 inches away from someone else having a conversation, and I'll end up talking to them. It's just very easy for me. The cognito is when we weren't public, and that normally never works. It just always is stupid to even try. But
what do you think tips people off?
My voice. So I try to be, very different when I'm around. But no, it was actually very cute because we just did it for fun. Mm-hmm. But we got away with it.
Yeah,
we were sitting in the lines, hanging out. We got drinks. It was so much fun.
Yes. And now back to being here in New York. What's something that you really respect about New Yorkers and the hustle? Because even though it's a beautiful place, it's still not the easiest place to live.
Yeah, but I would say the hustle is almost impressive. I think it's very, I think that's something that some people lack is the journey and working so hard to get somewhere. And I enjoy the drive that people have here. And I enjoy the creativity, the arts. It's a very cultured place.
Yeah.
And I still haven't seen all of it. It's just, you know what I mean? I love it here.
And from all the different areas of work that you've done and the success that you've had, I love to ask this question to artists because we get to know who their favorites are. Is there someone that you would love to ask a question to? What would it be that you haven't had a chance to catch up with yet?
Jeez. Anyone?
Actor.
Even if I don't know them?
Yeah.
Ooh. For fun, Judge Judy. I'm so sorry, but I've gotten hooked on that again. And then she is doing her thing. Guys, it's so silly.
You never talked to her?
I've never talked to her, but I would love to be like, tell me about your life. Like, she has like 12 great-grandchildren and 7 children. It's just like, she's so smart. I don't know. That's so cheesy. I'm sorry, but that's probably.
No, that's the best one because a lot of artists say they want to talk to you.
Really?
And ask, yes, you and Rihanna are the top two.
That's so. Oh, I would love Rihanna too, but I'm also like don't want to bother her.
That's what they say. Yeah.
I feel like.
Have you chatted with her?
No, but I'm also not that cool.
No, are you kidding?
But that's so great. That's so nice to hear. I didn't know that.
Yes, it's you and Rihanna are usually the top two.
That's awesome.
And right now, in this moment, how does it feel to be Selena Gomez?
I don't know. That's such a weird question because I don't feel any. I mean, I work. I'll come do this stuff, and I enjoy talking to people. I'm happy. It feels like it's one of the best chapters of my life. So, but when I'm on set and I'm working, because I'm doing both right now. I'm promoting and I'm on set. I just feel like me. I don't feel anything different necessarily. I am grateful that people are enjoying the music, and that's always exciting. And I just try my hardest to, I don't know, I never think of, that's the name I was born with. So like to me, that I hear my mom and dad going, Selena Marie, like when people say it, I don't know how to answer that. I guess I'm just very happy to be me right now.
That's not a bad answer. That's
I know,
great.
but I was like,
That's good. I mean, what do you think about little Selena auditioning for like The Sweet Life of Zach and Cody and her? Like, what do you tell her now that you're here promoting a new show, season 5, and a new album with The Love of Your Life?
I honestly think I wish I had held on to my confidence a little bit more. There is something about being younger and a kid. You're inhibited and you love life in all different types of ways. So I don't know. I guess that's just me.
I agree with that. I feel like when I was younger, I was just ready. I was just that girl. And then now it's a little...
Well, you get older, you experience things and stuff that happen to you. So you tend to just become a little bit more insecure. You're unsure about yourself. And when I was younger, I felt very confident.
Yes. And now with this, I've mentioned to you, we have a new update to our iHeartRadio app.
Yes.
You can set 3 presets or more, as many as you want.
Okay.
Like a radio station Z100 or an artist like a Selena Gomez preset or a podcast that you love. What would be like your top preset, maybe vibe artists?
Probably like Ray, the Maria's, Rihanna kind of vibe. Like the smooth and sexy softness because I love that style.
Well, you pioneered that style.
But
you hear that, huh?
But podcast, I feel like I'd want it to be pretty silly, but I also like talking about everything. You know, like it's actually, I shouldn't have a podcast because I would just talk too much and I would just be like, well, now that we're here, I'll just tell you.
People pitch that to you all the time, and you're just like, not right now.
I don't know if I've really been officially pitched one, but I don't think that's something I would do.
Well, we are ready for those presets. Yes. Thank you so much. Congratulations on everything.
It's so good to see you, and thank you so much for having me.
You too, of course. Again, in our Z100 Artist Interview Lounge, presented by Celsius Energy Drinks, Selena Gomez.
From the top of the Empire State Building.
Z100.